So let's start. Leanne and I welcome you to our first webinar for 2022. Really starting with an important foundation, a cloud accounting system. So this is really where you start organizing and setting your business up for success. And that's a phrase that you'll hear Leanne's team and our team say a lot, setting you up for success. So it's an ideal time at the start of a new calendar year, 2022. It's important to set goals, just to clearly have a vision for your business. So it's an ideal time to be joining this webinar. And Leanne and I trust you'll find quite a bit of valuable content in it. So let's take a look at our next slide if we could. So some brief housekeeping tips then. If you have questions, as you know, we're here to answer your questions live if we can. Please post your questions in the Q&A panel in Zoom. We look forward to answering your questions in 3 different sessions as we have opportunities for it throughout our webinar today. And in addition to questions, if you have comments that you'd like to share with all of us, please put them in the chat box. And if you can adjust your comment setting to all attendees and panelists, that will ensure that all of us can benefit from your thoughtful comments. So if you could please keep that in mind, we'll get underway today with our webinar. As I mentioned before, I'm joined appreciatively with Leanne Ballard and her team. The two of us work together, our 2 teams, to be able to provide a real win-win situation for our clients. And we'll talk a little bit more about that throughout our webinar. So to introduce the 2 of us, in case you haven't been with us before, my name is David Pankowich. I'm a CPA, Chartered Professional Accountant. And with my experience, I enjoy working with small business owners like yourselves, helping you grow a successful business, helping you shortcut some of the painful pitfalls, and help you take more of a straight line to your goals. So we enjoy coaching business owners in a variety of ways, helping them get to where they want to take their business. So that's the skill set that I bring. And our firm's mission statement, as you can see from this slide, we're really working with hardworking entrepreneurs and small business owners. You started your business to be successful, to have a profitable business, because you're thinking of yourself and your families, you're wanting to be able to care for them. And so we want to free you up so that you have more time and money for yourselves and your families. So that's the whole purpose of helping you transform your business, grow your business successfully. And so to help with that, if you haven't already done so, at the end of our webinar today, we invite you to download an ebook that we developed to help you fast track helping you get your business to the next level. So we created an ebook, How to Grow Your Business Successfully Without Complicated Marketing. 5 key steps. What's the order of those steps? What are those steps? We invite you to download that ebook. Then if you'd like to know how to implement some of those steps, reach out to us. And at the end of our webinar, we'll talk to you how you can do that. And Leanne, would you like to introduce yourself and your team?
Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you so much, David. So we are a team of primarily 3 of us in the office. We do have some support members of our team as well, but we are focused on being a forward-thinking team to solve problems for our clients. And we want to work hand in hand with our clients to do that. That's why we enjoy working with David so much, because he has the same mentality as we do. We were Intuit's Global Firm of the Future winner in 2018, which was also the last year. So we like to say we are still the reigning winners. And we put processes into place to foster relationships with our clients from start to finish based on their specific needs. So that's just a little bit about who we are as a practice.
Thank you, Leanne. So you heard Leanne say that our two teams have a similar mindset, similar vision. We're here to service small business owners, entrepreneurs like yourselves who are attending this webinar. And so much did we have the same vision of wanting to provide a total solution for small business owners that our two teams formed a strategic partnership. So throughout the years, you'll see us working together, joining forces together to help provide the type of solution small business owners are looking for. And so this webinar is an example of the strategic partnership that the Firm of the Future and our forward-thinking firm put together to help us small business owners. So what's the objective of these webinars? So Leanne and I sat down and realized that, starting and growing a business really is a journey. It doesn't happen overnight. And when we thought about the vision or the journey that small business owners take, we came to the conclusion that there really were three factors that contributed to success. When we thought of the clients that we're working with, we saw that there are three important factors. To any journey, it was the same with the business journey. So when you think of a journey, you think of a destination, you clearly have in mind where you want to get to. You have a map, you have some type of path on this map that you're going to follow. And it's really helpful if you have a guide, someone who's experienced, who can help you understand that map, help you understand where you are on that map, and help you understand how you can use that map to get to where you want to get to. And so it's the same thing with a business. It's important, and it's an excellent time of the year to be thinking about it at the start of a new calendar year. Where do you want to go with your business? Do you have a clear vision in mind? And is it one that's articulated or described by being of service to your customers? That's important. And then do you have a map? How will you get there? Do you have a clear pathway from where you are now with the different stepping stones to get to where you want to be? And third, it's really helpful if you have a guide that you consult with. And so Leanne's team and our team, we work together to be able to provide that synchronized guide, that integrated guide, helping you along your journey. And you'll see the different skills that we bring to the table throughout this webinar and the next throughout this year. So today we're starting from the beginning. It's a good place to start, isn't it? What's the foundation pillars of a successful business? Well, any successful business needs a business owner who can make effective decisions. That's where it all starts, doesn't it? Decisions about planning, decisions about the operations, and so on. And fundamental to making effective decisions, we feel, is a cloud accounting system. So that's why we're starting with this topic in our webinar for this month. And we're going to talk to you about how this type of system can help you overcome business challenges. We'll describe some. We'll give you a flavor of how that system could work. And then, as you know, with a system, you need to have accounting professionals to help you implement it, to help you maintain it, to help you understand it. And so we'll talk about what type of accounting professional team might work for you. And as we mentioned, we're here to answer your questions live. So on this topic, it's helpful. If there's another challenge you're having, you can also mention it. We look forward to answering your business questions live. We want to be of service, and so we welcome your questions throughout the webinar. So this really is a fundamental quote here. Perhaps you've heard of this management thinker, Peter Drucker, and he coined this phrase, if you can't measure it, you can't improve it. So let's think about that for a moment. If you don't have your finger on what's happening, how then can you make it happen in a better way? And so you'll see this circle here, what is really a visual of what a cloud accounting system does for you. First of all, it helps you measure. And we'll talk about what things you might measure. To measure things efficiently and effectively, you want to try to use technology where you can. So you need to have a process. So the process starts with a system. And it's nice if you can take that system of organizing and collecting and measuring data and using a computer to do that rather than a manual one. And once you have the data in your computer, if it's organized in a meaningful way, in a thoughtful way, well, then you're provided with insights as you look at that data. And that helps you make business decisions, which then leads to you improving what you're currently doing. And then you measure the results from those improvements and the cycle continues. So that's why a cloud accounting system we feel is so key to making effective business decisions. So let's consider then why this system should be in the cloud. Well, as you may already know, with other cloud apps that you are familiar with, you have 24/7 access. And particularly in the economic climate in which we're in now, where so many people are working more and more virtually, this 24/7 access becomes more and more valuable. So as a business owner, you don't want to be held back by structured business hours where you now have to go into the office and access a desktop computer with the software on it. Wherever you are, whenever you want to look at it, you want a system that will give you the data you're looking for, having it at your fingertips. So 24/7 is something that a cloud accounting system will do for you. Let's consider another benefit is by having the information up to date. So a cloud accounting system allows you to do that. A cloud accounting system allows you to capture transactions, financial activity in your business in real time, daily. And that's what you want. You want information to be up to date so that your business decisions can be up to date. The cloud accounting system does that for you. Now let's take a look at another benefit of a cloud accounting system. So by having a cloud accounting system, your accounting professional who's providing you support and advice can be in one geographical location, and you can be in another. But you can so easily communicate virtually by having the accounting system in the cloud, because both you and your accounting professional team can be accessing the data at the same time, wherever they are, and collaborate with you in real time. So that's much better than having to arrange and schedule for your accounting professional to join you in your physical office at a particular day and time. So much more efficient to be able to do this whenever it's needed in the cloud. Let's consider another benefit. You can set up the processing of accounting transactions with a cloud system so that some of it happens automatically for you. There are features that you can set up that will allow you to automate some portions of the system using technology rather than manually keying information in. So a cloud accounting system can save you a lot of time and therefore allow you to grow your business rather than being bogged down working in the system. And a final advantage is with a cloud accounting system, you don't have to be wondering, do you have the latest software? Is it up to date? Is it now connected and integrated effectively with your other apps or other software you're using? Having your software in the cloud allows the cloud supplier of that software to be responsible for the maintenance. And there are effective security features of a cloud accounting system that allows only authorized individuals to access the system. But having a maintenance-free system, again, saves you as a business owner a lot of time. And so that's why we suggest you have a system that's in the cloud. So here, in summary, are 5 key reasons why Leanne and I feel that your accounting system really should be in the cloud. 24/7 access. Your data can always be kept up to date. You can easily connect virtually with your professional accounting team. You can automate and bring transactions into the system using technology. And you have a maintenance-free system that has excellent security. So those are some of the features that we feel as small business owners, you can all appreciate the value of. And that's why we feel a cloud accounting system is really key if you want to make effective business decisions. So that's the first section of our webinar today. So as you think about that material that we've shared, are there any questions that you'd like to ask Leanne and I about this cloud accounting system?
So David, I'm just reviewing the questions that we've had submitted. And the first question I have is actually around the security. So the question is like, how secure is it? And do we still need to keep a backup on our computer when we're working in the cloud?
Okay, very good. So the short answer is the security is excellent. And you're allowed to identify what users will have access. And you can also set up the settings in your software that certain users that you authorize have access to certain sections of the software. So not all of your staff or those that work with you necessarily will have access to the complete data in your system. You can partition it and identify what sections members of your team will have access to. Leanne, do you have some further thoughts when it comes to security and backups?
Yeah, so like you said, David, I mean, the security is excellent. Software has come a long way, and being in the cloud has come a long way. All programs are focused on making sure they're secure. The one thing I would say about the backup is there are online programs that provide that service as well. But that being said, again, it is already doubly protected through the software itself, and your advisor is going to be able to help set you up with that properly.
Okay, very good. Do we have any other questions on this topic?
I do. So, and we might get into this a little bit later, David, but the question is, what's involved in all of this setup? If we're already on a different system, a desktop system, what's involved in this move to the cloud?
Very good. So you're right, Leanne. We will be discussing later on in our seminar today some of the fundamental steps of implementing a new system. But some basics to think about is you always want to have a business reason for adopting a new system. So it's helpful to think of what business information is key to you in running your business. What information would you want to have at your fingertips to help you make effective decisions? Now, there are many of these objectives that are common to any small business, but often in your particular industry, there may be some specialized or specific pieces of information that help you drive the growth and the success of your business. So it's good to identify what are those objectives? What are you hoping to gain from the system? And you'll see examples throughout our webinar of things that the system will provide you with. And you can ask yourself, are these all the objectives you have, or are there some others that perhaps are unique to your industry or unique to your business? And it's good to have this list. And we'll talk to you throughout the rest of this webinar about what you can do with that list of objectives as you work with an accounting professional who helps you implement the system. So always start with, what are your business reasons? What are the business objectives of the system? And once you identify what those objectives are, that's your starting point. Leanne, anything you'd like to add to that?
No, I think you've got it covered there, David. I do see we've got another question. I'm going to table that question until a little bit later on in the webinar, because we do have some information coming up that I think will be pertinent as well. So I think that is it for now.
Excellent. Okay, so now we're going to move into our second section of our webinar. And now that we've talked about the value of having a cloud accounting system, we're going to introduce you to some of the ways this system can help you. Now, all businesses have challenges of some kind. We suggest that these challenges can become opportunities for you when you think of how a cloud system can be put in place to help you. So here are 3 examples of how a cloud accounting system can help you. So as a business owner, sometimes it's a challenge for you to know how are you going to price your product? What customers should you focus on? What products or services are the most profitable? Because perhaps there's many different products or services you could be offering. Well, which ones are the most profitable? Which ones make the most sense to allow you to, as efficiently as possible, create the profits you're looking for, to have sufficient profits for you and your family. So a cloud accounting system can help you do that. It can help you rank what products or services are most profitable for you. And they can also help you with staffing. A cloud accounting system will allow you to have people in your office, people working virtually, and you can use the way you set up the cloud accounting system and the data in it. It can help you to see what staffing levels you're going to need. That's part of the planning process. And so that's another way a cloud accounting system can help you. It can also help you communicate to your prospects how you're unique or different. How are you different from your competitors? What's unique and special about you as a business owner? So your system can help you with that. It can help you make sure that every part of your operation is profitable because of the way the data is organized in your system. It can also help you ensure that your cash flow is positive. Maybe you've heard the phrase, cash is king. And that really underscores the importance of having sufficient cash to be able to maintain the operations of your business. So an accounting system can help you with that. It can also help you gauge what type of customer service you're providing. And there's ways of creating data to be able to monitor that. So these are some of the business challenges that a cloud accounting system can help you with. So we're going to take one of these business challenges and share with you the types of questions that maybe you have around the challenge and how the accounting system and the data in it can provide you with the answers you're looking for. So for example, we talked about the importance of cash flow. So if you're looking to generate regular positive cash flows, then it's important to be looking at your sales. And here are some questions to ask yourself. And you can ask yourself, does your current system give you the answers to these important questions? So for example, do you know the trend of your sales over the last 12 months? Is it going in the right direction? Do you know what product or service is giving you the most profit? Because you can rank that using software. Do you know the average sale from a customer? Because that's a key component of your revenue, an average sale per customer. Do you have a sufficient number of customers? That's another factor into what your total revenue will be for the year. Then collecting. You might make the sale, but is the cash from the sale coming in? Is it coming in on a timely basis? Because you can use a software to help you to see who's slow paying and who's paying according to the terms that you've agreed to. And what is your current cash flow trend from sales? So with your revenue sales and taking a look at your cash flow, you can look at those trends to see if something is not in sync the way it should be. These are all examples of questions that your accounting system can answer for you. Again, one of the reasons to have a cloud accounting system. Then there are other ways that your accounting software can help you. So since cash flow is important, it would be helpful to be able to receive payment electronically. That makes it easy for a customer to pay you. You can also have software as part of your system that allows customers to pay you by automatic deposit. You can even automate the reminders for clients to pay you. So there's a lot of ways that you can use technology and a cloud accounting system to make your cash flow better, to make it more positive, to receive cash flow quicker. And that's what we would say is one of the valuable reasons of having a cloud accounting system. So again, we'd like to inquire if we have any questions on this part of our webinar.
So the question that I kind of saved, I thought would be relevant here, David, is what would you say to someone who's not convinced of a cloud accounting system?
So what would go through my mind is, what are you missing out on because you don't have one? So we've just talked about all the benefits that we've mentioned here. Hopefully, if you're considering those benefits, you see that those are valuable benefits to be able to make effective business decisions. So the question I would ask is, what information are you relying on now to make your business decisions? Are they giving you all the answers to the questions that we just identified? If your system is, we'd like to hear about it. If it's not, we suggest you explore and have a discovery call with us where we can demonstrate to you some of the subjects we've shared today and how the software provides that information at your fingertips. Because there's nothing like having up-to-date, accurate financial information to make effective business decisions. I mean, that's the ultimate for a system, to give you real-time access to information to make current decisions. And so perhaps it's seeing a demonstration of the software, some of the apps that connect together, and then you can evaluate. And of course, the decision will always be yours. Any thoughts you'd like to add, Leanne, to that?
No, I think you've got that covered. So then the last question we have is, do we have a favorite program? And I know both David and I do utilize QuickBooks Online as a primary software for online. David, are you utilizing, there are a couple of others out there, Xero and Sage 50. Are you utilizing those ones as well, David?
So our firm is specializing in QuickBooks Online. We feel it's the leader in the space. We like the apps that work well with it. And we'll talk a little bit about some of these apps in the next part of our webinar. But yes, there are a lot of apps in the marketplace, and Leanne's team and our team have worked together to evaluate a number of them. And we'd be happy to share with you how we think these apps might work for your particular business.
Absolutely. All right. That's all we have for right now, David.
Okay, very good. So as we mentioned earlier, it's important to have the right system, but then to have the right team of accounting professionals to help you put in that system. So Leanne's going to start us off in this section. So Leanne, how can the right team of accounting professionals help?
Yeah, absolutely. So the right team is going to help you get everything set up and get your systems in place, and help you with the next steps, which I know is a big part of this process, is what comes next when setting up your cloud accounting system. So first, choose a software. And we did kind of speak to that. Our team also specializes in QuickBooks Online. It is our go-to software. We believe, in focusing on one thing and doing it really well. So that's what we've chosen. But there are other options out there, and there are professionals who work with those options. So first, you want a professional to help you choose the right software for your business. The second step, we got to match the accounting system with that professional. So like I say, if you were to come to me and already have chosen say Xero or Sage, I would want to match you with a professional who knows those softwares, as opposed to, trying to, like I say, we want to specialize in one item. If you have chosen QuickBooks Online, then we might just be the professional for you. So definitely matching up and pairing that up is important. So the next step is getting an online system for tracking all of the paper. One of the biggest problems the small business owners are still facing today is too much paper coming across their desks and no organizational system for it. So within our practice, we recommend Dext as a receipt capture system. There are other systems out on the market like All Apps. There's certainly competition out there, but they all work. It's just, again, about matching up to your specific needs. So you want some sort of easy system to monitor and track all of that. And the beauty of these systems is it's point and click. If you can operate a phone camera, you can utilize these cloud systems. So after that, we're going to link your bank accounts. So this is where it's really important to keep your personal and professional accounts separate. So if that's not something you've set up in your business, that's something I would recommend doing right away. You really want to be able to track those professional purchases separately, so that you know that you've captured all of them in your receipt tracking system. The best way for us to know if a receipt is missing is to be able to see it on your banking and then ask you for it afterwards if you haven't already uploaded it to us. So linking the bank accounts is a great tool for making sure nothing goes astray. And then finally, you want to learn how to use the tools and decide how much of this process you want to take care of. So we are advocates of empowering the business owner to know what's going on within their books, know what's going on with their money. But you do what you do really well, and we do what we do really well. So there comes a point where you want to take the tasks that you don't want to do and find a professional to take care of those tasks for you. So do you simply want to snap a picture of a receipt and be done with the process and have someone else take it from there? Or do you want to be more involved, even up to the point of reconciling your accounts? We have programs that allow us to make sure that you're trained so it's done properly. And then we have programs that allow us to guide you through and advise you for tax purposes and year ends. So there's multiple levels and different parts of that where you might work with my team versus David's team. So we would make sure that you were set up with which one of us needs to take care of which process so that you've got the right guidance at the right time. So again, a recap. You're going to choose your software. Then you're going to make sure you've got a professional who understands the software that you've chosen. You're going to get yourself a receipt capture system so that you can organize your paperwork and not lose any of those receipts anymore. You're going to link your bank account so we can make sure we find missing receipts before it gets too long into the process and they're, lost under the car seat or something like that, and we never to be found again. And then we're going to learn how to use the tools and decide how much of the process you as a business owner wants to take on versus how much you want to use an advisor like myself or David for. So that is our final section. Do we have any further questions? David, any thoughts on that final, setting up the system, and how do you actually come up with the right strategy for tackling all those pieces of setting up the system and who does what?
Yes. So part of the advantages that Leanne and I have working together with small business owners is we work collectively together. So we call it the triple win. So what will happen is a small business owner, you could come to us and say, you're thinking of setting up a cloud accounting system. What is it going to do for my specific business? How is it going to help me in my industry? What information will I now have at my fingertips? What's involved? And Leanne and I, in our strategic partnership, will help you to identify, as Leanne mentioned, what portion of the system you want to, as a small business owner, along with your team, care for. What apps will be connected to that system that you will maintain. What apps and operations of the system you would like Leanne and her team to maintain. And then there are apps that we connect to your system. For example, LivePlan, we use that as a planning and forecasting tool. That's the sweet spot that our team has. We help you create a roadmap, a vision for the future. And you'll see in our future webinars this year, we're going to illustrate that, demo some of the features of that. But together, we understand the different parts. So that's where this virtual partnership, strategic partnership works so well, because both Leanne's team and our team will work with you. And Leanne and I represent our teams when we have these meetings with you as a small business owner. And we help collectively ensure that you're getting the information you need to make the decisions you need to make. And then if there's certain action steps to take to help move your business forward, there's certain actions our team will care for, certain actions Leanne's team will care for, and certain actions you as a small business owner will care for with your team. So that's how we work at what we call a triple win. Because a small business owner, you have all the tools and skills you need at the table with the cloud accounting specialist team and our business planning team. Together, we set you up for success.
Perfect. So we have a question here about a small business owner who has asked for help organizing the paperwork because they are embarrassed to take it to their accountant. So any thoughts on how to organize or anything that should be avoided in this process? So, so I guess, and I get the scenario, this is the shoebox scenario, right? Or the garbage bag scenario. I don't think it's too big. It's just, I would definitely go with an organizational system. Like we personally use Dext. I know that David does as well. And if you can get those all scanned in, Dext will do a lot of the heavy lifting for you, right? That's the benefit of these cloud accounting systems. The details of how to do all of that is probably a little bit too much for this webinar, but I do know that once it's in Dext, then there's sorting capacities and abilities to make reports and ways to manage that data in a much more manageable way. So 2 pieces of advice I would say is utilize the right system for it, like a Dext. And second, get a really, really good scanner that can handle that amount of work in a really good timeline. So David, do you have anything else to say to that?
Yes, so those are excellent suggestions, Leanne, you mentioned. So for those who are watching who aren't familiar with it, as Leanne is aware, Dext used to be called Receipt Bank. It's a cloud accounting piece of software. It's an app that connects really easily into QuickBooks Online and allows you to, as Leanne mentioned, organize and sort and streamline the summarizing of all of the transactions you have in your business in a year. So that would be really an excellent step for you to comfortably and conveniently take all of those paper receipts and put them into an electronic format. So if you'd like to reach out to us, as you'll be given the information to at the end of this webinar, we can have a brief discovery call with you, find out a little bit more about your needs, and explain to you how this system can be set up. And often Leanne's team's involved in doing the training of that. And we would be happy to, as accountants, help you to see how that can help you towards your accounting, tax, and business needs every year.
Excellent. Okay, that's all of our questions, David. I'll let you wrap us up here.
Okay, very good. So thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We hope you have found the information really as an important starting point, a key first step in growing your business successfully, having the right system to give you the right information to be able to make the right decisions. You know, in its essence, that's what a business is all about. Having the right information from a right system to be able to make the right decisions. And so our webinars are going to grow into the future, as you'll see every month, a webinar with a timely topic. And so what can you do now after attending our webinar today? Well, we invite you, you'll see a follow-up email. As an attendee, you'll receive one of these in your inbox in the near future. We invite you, if you haven't already, download that ebook we mentioned at the start of our webinar and start taking action. What are these 5 key steps? And feel free to reach out to us as far as what it would need to implement these steps for your business. We invite you to join a Facebook group where you and other like-minded business owners can share questions, get answers, what's working for other business owners. And we will participate and help in the process as well. Because Leanne's team and our team, we've worked with many, many successful business owners. And we can share with you what's working for them. We invite you to book a free discovery call where we can actually personalize and customize our presentation today for your specific business, your needs, your circumstances, your vision. So be happy to connect with you. And we invite you to sign up for our next webinar in February. Every month, the last Thursday of the month, we'll be having these webinars just like we had throughout all of 2021. And we invite you to join Leanne's team and our team as we present another valuable topic. And you're going to see how it's going to build on the topic that we've shared today. It's going to deal with having the right accounting professional working with you, how you can select them, what the benefits are going to be. So we invite you to be with us next month, just a few weeks away in our next webinar, and you'll be given access to the registration page in due course. So from both of our teams, we want to thank you for joining us today. We want to wish you every success in your business journey. We want to be of service to you. And so until we speak again, we want to wish you success with your business. And Leanne, any parting words?
No, just have a wonderful month and we'll see you next time.
Excellent. So from Leanne and I, bye for now, and we'll see you very soon.
Thank you so much.